What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to draw Susanoo, Sasuke's Susanoo. It's the half-body version. I think it's called the humanoid one. So wide page, and yeah, so we'll just get started. So we're a wide page, and his head is right in the middle here. So I think the best place to start would be bang in the middle with his nose. So he's kind of an unusual shaped face, right? So what we're going to do is we're just going to go straight across here in the middle. So we're up above halfway, so the head is up here, and then his body's down here with two arms. So we're just going to do a line right across the middle, and then we're going to do two straight lines up for that. Like so. So that's like his nose. And then this is going to come diagonal this way. So it's going to curve this direction, like so. Right? So kind of like a letter R. And then this one is going to do the same thing. So we're going to go up this way, like this. Okay? Then in here we have his eye. So this is like his top eyelid, and then his bottom eyelid comes in around here. And then you can just darken up this whole area. He's got real dark eyes around here, and his eyes are glowing, usually, I think. Like that, and we do the same thing over here. And then thicken them up. Like so. Now, so then we have these big long parts to the side of his face coming down from his eyes. So we're going to go real long. Down like this. Same on the other side, coming down really long. Like so. And then in here we have his jaw and his chin. So in between these two lines, just beside his nose here, we're going to start with the jawline coming down that way. And then it gets real long and pointy down to here. Then come across straight like the nose, and then you go back up to the other side, just into here. Now, so his mouth is real big. He kind of has a Joker kind of smile. So right from his nose, we're going to go out this way. And then we're going to go diagonal up. Real big line. Same on the other side, up. Like so. And then the bottom lip comes down from that corner there. And we come across the bottom, and then we're going to go back up towards that corner, like this. Then we can see some teeth just in there. So one sort of in the middle. So here, here. Up and down sort of lines like that. Right, so then he has lines on his face. So we've got a straight line down like this, straight line down here. And then one on his chin. So coming down from his mouth down to his chin here, coming down from his mouth down to his chin there. And one here, and one here, coming down from the corners of his mouth. Right, so then he's got kind of a crown on his head. So it's going to come up diagonal, coming from this corner of his eye. It's going to go all the way up to here, like so. Same on this side. It's going to curve up. Doesn't have to be exactly the same, but just, you know, it's flames kind of coming up from his head. So you just, all you gotta do is spike like this on both sides, adding various flame spikes like this. Like so. Another one here. And then in the middle he has an arrow sort of pointing up, a V-like shape. So it goes up like so, and down the other side. That's right in the middle, right above his nose. And then just gonna join that to the other side, maybe add a flame or two here. Another one, join that there. And then there's some flames jumping off his head, kind of floating in the sky. You know, just kind of energy sort of coming off him. Like that. And then we do big shoulders. So, big sort of shoulder pad coming out from the top of his head. Right, so coming out from here, going up. It's about here. Then we go back down. And then we have another shoulder pad that comes out from that, up this way. And then across to here. Pretty much the same on the other side. So we're going to go out from his head. We're going to add a flame or two. Coming out from here. Another one here. And then this one comes up like so. And he's holding an arrow in his hand on this side, so it's covering a bit of his shoulder. So I'm just going to jump over and just leave a bit of a gap for that arrow that's going there. If you're doing pencil, which I suggest you should use pencil for this, you can draw in these lines and rub them out after if you'd like. So these shoulder lines go down towards his body. So they're going to go down, diagonal in, kind of like a bird's wings. So we're going to go diagonal all down into here. And then, of course, there's all lines on this and lines on his head. So we're going to add those now. So we have one right in the middle here. One on the side. One here. One coming this way. Another one here. And then loads on his body. More over here as well. So you'll notice they kind of come together down here. They get closer to one another. Wider on the top. And then they get narrower as we run out of space down here. Right, so his arms, and then we'll finish his base where Sasuke kind of is standing usually when this Susanoo comes out. So we have like a shoulder coming out here, right across from just the middle of his face here. That's how high his shoulders are. Just between the eyes and the mouth, just right there. And then on the other side too, another shoulder coming out like that. Right, so we'll do this arm first, and then we'll deal with the double arm. There's kind of two hands in one there. So shoulder line here, then this is going to bump for a bicep coming down that way, and then we have the inner line for the arm there. That's the tricep actually, this is the bicep line, whoops. And then this bumps out to the forearm, it comes around to there, and then it meets his bow down here. So this side of the arm has a couple of flames, energy lines sticking off it like this. And then another one maybe here. And then we come down to his bow just there. Now, so this bow is kind of a spiral shape. Kind of looks like the sort of the spiral that's on the back of Naruto's jacket. So, except it's kind of turned sideways. Right, so here, just at his forearm, it's sitting on his wrist. So we're just going to go curving this way first. This one's going to come around like this, and it's going to come up to the end of the bow. And we have the bit where the string comes out just here. And then we have a spike for the end of the bow just here. So this then is going to curve around. It gets kind of wider as we go out. Kind of looks like, what would you say? Like a fishing hook. Like so. And then just when we get to here, this is going to come around this way. So for the round part of, say, this hook, if we're calling it a hook, and this is going to come up and around like this. And then when we get to here, it's going to come up to the other side of the bow up here. We're adding another sort of hook just up here. And then if you want, you can add some energy lines coming off, like some flames coming off it as well if you want. This spike then comes down to here, and we add this section where the string comes out, just there, and then we go back in, like so. And then of course this line joins to here. And there might be some energy fire lines coming off it as well, just around here. So now that the string for the bow is just across here, so I'm just going to use a ruler for this, get a straight edge. It always helps. And add two lines going across. Now, so in this sort of tadpole type shape, a balloon, sort of, it looks like maybe a balloon or something. So inside here, we've got the spirals, right? So the first one comes right from just here, and it's going to come around like this, and then it's going to go in around to there. The next one comes out from here, so it's going to go around this section here, and then it comes around, like so. And then we're going to keep going, we'll go further. This one comes right up to this edge here. So it's going to go right up to there. Then the next line comes out from this section here. Just here. And then we're going to go around real close to this line. Comes out the other side. And then curves around here. Into there. So it's a complicated kind of shape, guys. So take your time. I would suggest pausing the video and having a close look at those lines that I just drew, just to get it right. It's tricky. And there's one more line just here. So, and just down here we can see his hand, just down in the corner here. So we can just see his thumb first coming out from here. So we come down, come back this way, top of his thumb. Then this curves around to here, comes back into there. And then we come down to his 4 fingers. So index finger first, just here bumping down around the bottom, back up to a knuckle, back into here. Then the next finger line comes out from that, down. So they're kind of like he's playing a piano sort of thing. So finger comes down, back up to knuckle, up this side, back into here. Next one, into there, and the small finger just here. There's a line just for his shoulder and the line that separates the tricep and the bicep just there as well. Okay, so his other arm has 2 arms. So he's one coming out from the forearm of the other. It's kind of like it's bending at the elbow, but it's also going straight at the same time. So we have curved line for the shoulder here. Bump then for the tricep. We'll come over to the other side and do the bump for the bicep, like here. Line for the shoulder. Bicep, tricep line there in the middle. Now, so the hand that's holding the arrow, so it's coming out from here. So imagine we'll draw an elbow, sure, it'll make it easier. So there's an elbow just here. So it comes down, back in. And then his forearm, imagine it continues from this line. You can jump a bit or you can join it. Comes up to there. So we're going this way and his fist is here. The other side of his forearm is here, like so. And then his fist, he's holding an arrow, so we're going to draw just the palm of his hand. So 2 lines down the bottom, just here. One there on top of, makes it look like a letter T, kind of like a fancy letter T or letter J. Then another one here. Kind of looks like Pennywise. Pennywise's eyes. It's weird the things you see. Right, so the rest of his hand. So we're going to go little finger here, And this is going to come up and around like this. And this is going to bump across for knuckles. So it's going to go like steps in a ladder, or stairs. We're going to go across, we're going to go up, we're going to go across, we're going to go up, and then we're going to go across and up here. And there's a bit of an energy line, flame, just here, and then back down to here. So the arrow comes out of his hand here. So there's a gap just like this, and then this comes down there. So this arrow coming out, we might as well draw that. So it's a flame arrow. So it's got coming up this way, and we're going to add sort of spikes and energy lines coming out from it every now and then. Coming up to here, and then it's going to go up and off my page. If you have more room, you could finish it with a point on top. So this one. So you don't have to worry about, you don't need to really use a ruler because it's a waving sort of object. It's got bumps and things because it's kind of on fire. And then it goes into his hand just like this. So it's coming into here. So it's touching his index finger. So we have a line for that. And then his index finger goes over his thumb, which is like a sort of a sausage, cocktail sausage type shape. Or a letter U, turned sideways, going this way. And then we've a knuckle there, and maybe a fold just for some skin just there. Well, not skin, but whatever Susanoo is made of. And then index finger line, just a knuckle line up here. Bump for the bottom of his middle finger, bump for the ring finger, and then you do those lines coming up here as well. So as the rest of this arm, the double arm, goes down and he's holding the bottom of the arrow, which is like a fireball. So we'll draw the fireball first, I guess. It'll be easier to place the hand then. So coming down from this sword, we're going to go down to here. And then this fireball has a spiral inside it, so we're going to go around like so. So we're just across, this is how far down we go down. Just across from the top of the arrow. The bow, sorry, of the arrow here. Just kind of line him up so his arm isn't too long. And then adding a line around like this. And then we're going to add flames and stuff coming around it. So spike here, comes around the bottom, we go all the way around. When we get up to here, we'll add another few spikes, more flames on this side. Just the line coming down in here. Comes around all the way to the other side. And then some more flames coming down into here, back around, like so. And some coming off floating in the air as well. Maybe another line just there. So now his hand is holding this. So his forearm just comes down, bumps this way, and then comes into here. It's kind of a skinny S sort of shape. 2 bumps, bumps down, bumps up, just there. Then the opposite side of the forearm comes out from his elbow, bumps in, goes this direction, comes down underneath the flame, comes in for his wrist bone, comes down for his hand. So he's holding it like this. So the arm this is like coming down to his little finger here, which bends around. Each finger bends around the bottom. So the little finger first. So we're going to bring it like this, bring it up, and then come up to the little finger here, Bring it around for the top, back down, and then just a full line for skin there. Next finger, so we're going to go across, diagonal that way, up, change direction again, up, we go down, change direction, up, change direction, up at a different angle again. This then curves around for the top of his finger, back down to here, and then a bump for the skin in his hand. Now his middle finger, so that was his ring finger, so we do the same thing again, across, up, around, down here, like so, and then his index finger, so we go up, hit the knuckle, go back the other way, like a letter L, but it has a round top, just there. And then the inside of his hand is just right in there. Maybe we can see a little bit of his thumb, just here. So then, the area where Sasuke stands, that's just down here. So, so flames and stuff. So coming down the side of his body, both sides, just to here. We then have some energy sort of lines coming out from here. Sort of look like flames. Spiking coming up like so. Adding some on this side. Going around this bow. Like this. And then it's like a little semicircle or an oval down here where he's sort of growing out of Sasuke's body. So this comes around like so, and Sasuke would be standing in here usually. If you wanted to draw him, you could. You don't have to, you could just leave it as Susanoo. Sasuke would be really small in there, so will I draw him? We'll give it a go. So we'll draw him and see how it looks. So, so he's really tiny, so it might be it's a bit difficult with a Sharpie, but we could just add sort of his shoulders here. This is like his sleeve of his arm. And then we have coming into his center of his clothes. So this is like his t-shirt, so I'm just dealing with this first, so it might be easier. And then, so his hair, so we have that spiky Sasuke style hair coming down his face. And then we have a couple of spikes going up and around. And this is all dark inside. So it's very difficult when he's at this size to actually make out the features of his face and stuff, and like the details of his hair. So I'm just going to kind of add some light lines just for his eyes, and maybe something for his mouth down here. And then we have an arm coming down here, armband, sort of hand hanging down. Then his leg coming down this way, leg on the inside. So he's very small, very difficult to actually make out anything, but it just might complete the drawing for you if you wanted to add a person standing down here. It doesn't have to be Sasuke, of course. Well, it does, because it's his Susanoo. Coming across now for the middle of his clothing. His other leg comes down here. And maybe his foot coming this way. Sandals. They're dark. Of course, this part of his clothing is dark as well. Might just make things a bit clearer. And here. So I'm not really giving clear instructions on how I'm doing this, but because it's kind of just on the fly. And it's just something just to fill it in, I guess. And then maybe his last standing leg just here. And then it comes down to his shoe. And yeah, so there you go, Sasuke's Susanoo. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.